Good.
The Hyundai Tucson is the highest-ranked small SUV in both initial and long-term quality. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $159 a month.
No, let's not do the commercial.
Alright, about to do some real boring ass shit real quick. So what I'm about to do right now is some motherfucking sneaker cleaner. I got some shoes that is fucked up, son. These are fucked. Ooh, them shits look beat as fuck, dude. Yo, what up, what up? Them shits beat, son. See all the dirt around the laces? That shit crazy. I don't even see how I let them get so bad. So I got that sneaker cleaner. I heard they got a sneaker laundry mat now, or a sneaker dry cleaner. You just drop your shoes off and somebody else clean them shits for you. Shit, I need to bring one of them shits around where I'm at, yo. I hate cleaning my shoes. I like when my shoes look clean, but I don't like to do it. What up, what up, what up? Hey, 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 good morning, good morning. Oh, check out that art. I sold a painting. Oh my God, I sold a paint yesterday. Can you believe it? Not no commission shit either. It's like one of my own pieces got sold. I was like, word? They told me that shit. I was like, stop playing. Somebody bought that shit. And it was like, yeah, somebody paid for it. That shit makes you feel good. Oh yeah, that's a noticeable difference. Yo, Jewel, what's up, yo? Hey, I am on YouTube Live right now, yo. Go to my link and come to the YouTube channel. I ain't even gonna lie, that's the only reason I be going on Instagram Live is to get all my Instagram followers to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got like fucking over 3,000 Instagram followers and got less than 1,000 YouTube subscribers. That shit don't add up. Like the math is not calculating. If I got over 3,000 Instagram followers, come on guys, I can have over 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Kaepernick, I wear Nikes too, Kaepernick. Gotta keep them clean though. All right, 1 down, 5 to go. Aha, that doesn't look too bad now, does it? Yeah. Okay. Seem to have a problem, Houston. Why the fuck won't my light come on?
Changes is waiting for you during the Columbus Day sale at Raymore and
Really?
Flanagan. Everything is on sale.
No, Raymore and Flanagan. We're not doing this shit this morning. You know, we're not doing that this morning, bro.
If you don't have to work and slave, let electricity do it for you. You can have your...
I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there.
Yeah, that's a big difference in the cleanliness. Oh, they stopped my Instagram stream because it said I'm listening to music I'm not supposed to. fucking Instagram now. Ain't that some dumbass shit? You know, Instagram is so fucking picky. That shit is fucking stupid. Everything is like that now. Facebook, even YouTube is getting like that. We have community guidelines. Man, fuck your community guidelines. I'm not fucking with nobody.
Hey, so you need a website. Let me show you how I made mine with Wix. First, I went to Wix.com. Here you can start from scratch.
Yeah, let's get. Bubba's looking clean as shit now. Oh, not the Air Max 95s, but them shits is fresh. Back to brand new. Almost. Had these shits for like 3 years? Maybe like 3 years. Almost going on 4 years. These shoes old as fuck, son. These should be a little bit easier to clean. It's only like this white part around the toe. That shit is getting, you can see black, this black spot on there. These shits are getting fucking scuffed. This shit sparked up, yo. Let's get that shit off of there right now. Y'all don't clean your own shoes? How y'all get y'all shoes cleaned then? Oh, you don't clean your shoes? Who the fuck don't clean their shoes? So you just walk around with dirty sneakers on? That's so childish. You know, the first time you meet a girl, the first thing she looks at is your fucking feet. Swear to God, so many women have told me that. Like, yo, the first thing I look at on a man is his feet. If he got dirty shoes on, I don't fuck with his ass. Can't fuck with a man with dirty shoes. I'm like, I feel you, baby girl. So my shoes stay fucking fresh as I can keep them. Got some threads coming out this thing. I don't like that at all. Why do I have loose threads on my sneaker? Me? It's by noon. Bruh, I done brought new shoes so much, I ain't got no room for shoes no more. I don't even need shoes. It's like, I got like fucking 20 pair of shoes. Don't have room for them. I got every color fucking shoe I can think of and all the styles and designs I like.
The Hyundai Tucson is the highest ranked small SUV.
I almost thought about going and buying some new kicks.
The longer you look, the more the risk.
I thought about buying some new kicks, but then it's like, what the fuck will I get? Like, I don't know. I fucking have everything. I got black shoes, white shoes, red shoes, blue shoes, yellow shoes, orange shoes, gray shoes, light gray shoes, dark gray shoes. I have Nikes, Jordans, Timberlands, Skechers, DCs. It's like, what the fuck? I got one pair. When my one pair gets dirty, then I go buy new ones. With me, I buy the red, white, and black ones. Then I was like, you know what? I need white shoes. So I just go buy the all white pair. And these get dirty easy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? White, red, and gray. You gotta have color schemes to match different shit. Alright, so that's... Okay, I cleaned these two. And I took the shoelaces out and they're soaking in some hot water. This one is clean. So I got 3 more to go. But like I said, these are going pretty easy because there's another loose fucking thread. You see that thread that's coming loose on there? Look at that shit. Loose thread. I don't like that, Jordans. Why are your fucking seams coming loose? Shoes are literally falling apart at the seams. But I do work out in these a lot, yo. These right here are like my basic workout shoes. Because they're comfortable as fuck and they feel really good in the gym. Yeah. Check out my footwork. I said check out my footwork. Cause ooh, I might kick you with them Timbs, leave your dick in the dirt. So check out my footwork. I said check out my footwork. Just check out my footwork. Just check out my footwork. Check out my footwork. Check out my footwork. Check out my footwork. Like boom, 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 boom. Skechers, them DCs, them Timbs. Woo. Skechers, them DCs, them Timbs. Woo. Now check out my footwork. I don't clean my shoes. I just buy a new pair. I fucking hate doing this. This is like a real fucking chore. It's like brushing somebody else's teeth. Why do I have to do that? I'd rather sit here and brush somebody else's teeth. Gotta get my little Jordan logo nice and shiny. Alright, those are done. Not collect them. I'm just a big sneaker fan. Yeah, and these are the only 2 pair of Jordans I have because they were $60. Most Jordans cost like $120, $200. I don't buy those shits. I buy shoes that cost less than $100. So these right here were like $60. I caught them on sale. I was like, they look nice, and they're Jordans for $60. I'm not passing that up. I'm not going to pass that deal up. It's the deal of a lifetime. Alright, to the all-white J's. Let's see.
If you write anything on your computer...
If I write anything on my computer, it's going to be a message that says, I skip all commercials. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Oh, Mr. Frodo. No, whoa, Frodo. Oh, these look real nasty up close, yo. These white ones, damn, they dirty. Come on. Get that dirt off. Ooh, right back to new, boy. Yeah, if I showed you guys all the shoes I have, you like, what the fuck? But they're all like fairly inexpensive. I don't spend a lot of money on shoes, yo. Like I say, most of the time if them shits cost more than $100, them bitches stand right on the shelf, right where they at. I'm going to put them on my feet and walk on the ground and step in mud and shit with them. I'm not spending over $100 for something I'm going to wear on the ground. $300? Yeah, I can't spend that much money on shoes, bro. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like I say, man, the most I'll pay for shoes are my Timberlands because they're boots. You know, and I like the really thick leather Timbs so that they do their job in the wintertime and keep your foot warm. So for cold protection, I'll pay more money for cold protection. I don't want cold feet in the wintertime, so I got really nice Timbs. I'll pay more than $100 for winter boots, but just for a pair of sneakers, like, come on, or some tennis shoes or some track shoes or something, like, I don't think so. And then when I do get nice shoes I like, I try to keep them clean as long as I can. Wham! Oh boy, that thing looking fresh now. Okay, one more to go. I've been meaning to do this for like a couple days. Every time I put my shoes on, I'm like, damn, these shits are fucking dirty as fuck. And then you go out in public and then strangers look at you like, why is that man's shoes so dirty? Excuse me, sir, you have dirty feet. What's your problem? Huh? Did you just bury a dead body somewhere? Is that why your shoes are so dirty, sir? I heard about guys like you. Oh, and their New Balances? I'm calling the cops. Yes, sir, I have a suspect over here. He's wearing some dirty New Balances. He's probably just bodied somebody, try to hide evidence. Hey, let's not do these commercials. It's Venom. There's the Black Spider-Man, but he's not black. He's just, his outfit is black. That's all. Okay, almost done. Cannon. No! I just waste that shit everywhere. Fuck me. But at least my shoes are clean. At least my kicks are clean. Alright, I just cleaned 3 pair of sneakers. That's all the chores I'm doing today. I'm not doing no other kind of manual labor. That's a wrap for the day. Let me clean this shit up. That's gross. Alright, so I got my shoelaces in here. Come clean, shoelaces. Come clean. Let those sit for a while. Let them soak like dishes. You know, like a really dirty pot. Just gotta let it soak for a while. I'll come back to that later today. I'll soak them. I'll let them dry. And then I'll relace my sneakers. Yeah, I got a girlfriend. My girlfriend's not cleaning my shoes for me. These are probably the most expensive pair of shoes I own. These were close to $300. But they're waterproof Timberlands with the fucking Gore-Tex, the Gore-Tex rim, the fucking extra healthy fucking loops for the eye loops for your laces, and it has like a fucking 1/4 inch of felt. Like this thick ass felt, yo. Your feet do not get cold in these motherfuckers, yo. I swear, like these shits were worth it. I think they were like, I paid like $280 or $290 for it. It's right at $300 for these boots. But these are well worth it. These, like I said, these are my favorite pair of winter boots. They look fucking nice and they do their job. Like they keep your foot warm as fuck and dry as hell. I love these boots. My second favorite pair of boots, I need to clean these too. They're getting kind of dirty. But these are the Hellcore Timberlands. These are damn near 100% Gore-Tex outside. The Hellcore, this Hellcore fabric is fucking waterproof too. And they're really dirty, but they have the air bubble in the sole. Yeah, your Timberlands don't have air bubbles, do they? But mine do. These were a little bit expensive, but they're nice as fuck. Got the chrome, got the solid chrome tree right there. Like I say, the Hellcore Gore-Tex shell, and the air bubble on the heel. I've never seen anybody else wear these boots, yo. Not one time. Like honestly, physically in life, I'm the only person I've ever seen with these shits on. Never seen anybody else wear these boots. If I ever see anybody else wear them, I'll be like, yo, you got good taste, man. But this is like my second favorite pair of boots. All black on black with the little bit of red on it. Shit's go hard, son.
released an all-wheel drive Tucson.
Oh my god, you really try to get me with these fucking commercials this morning, yo. Let me see if I can do a YouTube, a Facebook Live real quick. See if we can get some more viewers into the live YouTube stream. Oh my God. Just checking some messages real quick. Fortnite? Oh my God, Iron website. Let me find out you're a little kid. Only kids ask about that game. She ruled the world. All right, live. Start live Facebook. Yeah, I heard that Fortnite is cross-platform now, but that still doesn't make me want to play it. Not in the slightest. Not at all. Ooh, hey, hey. Bum, bum. Yo, what up, fam? Hey, yo. What up, man? Prince, watching the Prince. Dilsa, what up? Oh, that photo shoot was amazing. Yo, all you women just look as beautiful can be, yo. I've been looking at those photos for days, yo. Yvonne, hey, good morning. Yeah, that photo shoot. And where did you guys take those pictures at? You had all the flavors of women, all the skin colors, so much diversity. It was amazing. I loved it. Yo, Prince and Prince up here, boy. Y'all don't know about them Princes. Ooh! Them Prince boys be popping, boy. The Prince boys be popping. Oh, yeah.
So how to get cheap Instagram likes with the best prices on the market? You simply go to...
People pay for their Instagram likes? That is so sad. That's so sad. Yo, what's up, Rena? How's it going, everybody? Good morning. That's awesome. And there's so I was in a Ghanaian art magazine, Adam Squared Art, and they released their magazine, their latest issue of their magazine today. The link for that magazine is in my, it's not in my bio, I'm thinking about it. I posted it on my page, the link for the magazine, if you guys want to get a copy of it, or just read the article about me, which is pretty awesome, because me and Delta, we be doing shit like that. We get it popping, you know what I'm saying? Interviews, photo shoots, traveling all across the UK and Australia, you know what I'm saying? We movers and shakers. I'm the kind of people I like to fuck with. I don't fuck with nobody but movers and shakers. If you ain't moving and if you ain't shaking, yo! Vectivus. What's up, man? He's an artist. He has good taste. Yo. But it's cross-platform now, bro. I don't give a fuck if Fortnite is cross-platform. I'm not laying my hands on that game. I've tried it. I played 2 rounds of Fortnite. And it's Call of Duty meets Minecraft. It doesn't jive. It just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work. I don't know. I'm gonna shoot you right after I build this wall. Brick wall. Oh shit. He's coming. I gotta hit this trampoline. Boing. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. Can you? I know that's what they said in the fucking drawing room when they came up with the idea. Yo, I got an idea for a new shooter. Call of Duty meets Minecraft. And everybody's like, you know what? You know what? If we make it Battle Royale. And everybody's like, yeah. And if I were in the other room, I would go in there with my AK-47 and just lay all these fuckers down like, no, that's a dumb idea for a game. And now what do we have? Now Call of Duty wants to have a Battle Royale. Battlefield wants to have a Battle Royale. H1Z1. It's like, man, fuck that shit, man. I can't play those games. Hey, yo, Cuzzo. Yo, Justin, what's up, bro? Yo, one of the funniest motherfuckers I know. Ever since we've been young boys, yo. Yo, my man Justin has been a trip forever. And this motherfucker do not stop, bro. Like, I swear I'll be waiting for your Facebook post, yo. This nigga be wilding out, yo. Yo, JT Lincoln don't be holding no punches on nobody at all. This dude be killing me with his post, yo. I be loving them shits. Fortnite hype. And it's so weird that like all these new games come out and Fortnite is still #1. What the fuck is wrong with this country? Oh, I forgot. They elected Donald Trump. Sadness. Anyway. Yo, we did that shit back in the day. It was called Saucy. Man, I got shitted out of that stuff. Matter of fact, yo, Heinz Funeral Home, yo, Calfani Heinz, yo, it was me, Calfani, and a couple of his homeboys was coming up with that clothing line. Man, they printed up like dozens and dozens and dozens of t-shirts using 2 of my designs. They sold all them shits off, and all I got was 2 t-shirts. That was my first introduction into the art business. Like, don't get shitted out of your intellectual properties. They got me though. They got me. It was a learning experience. But yeah, that shit was gonna be popping. It would have been. You know what I'm saying? It would have been. But nah, we from that small town. Wait, everybody just a crab in the barrel. We trying to pull each other down like, nah, nigga. Me first. Me first? You're a little bit higher than me. Wait a minute. Me first. I'm way over that shit. Yo, my YouTube fam. My Facebook fam. As we speak right now, y'all can see me looking a different way. Yo, what's up, Shirley? As we are speaking right now, let's see, flip the camera. So this is my YouTube live. So I'm on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time. YouTube just looks better. You got a wider view. The camera that I use for YouTube is the PlayStation camera, so it's a lot better. Yo, Chris, what's up, bro? How you been doing, man? I'm still in PA, bro. I was in Philly just not too long ago. You still live in the city? You still live in the city, Chris? I wouldn't mind chilling with you, bro. I ain't seen you in what, fucking 15 years, some shit like that. It's been a minute. But yeah, so if you're on my why do I keep thinking this is Instagram for some reason? So Facebook, just go to my Facebook page. And the link for my live YouTube stream should be at the top of my Facebook page. You guys should click that shit. Come chill with me on YouTube Live and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Yo, George, what's good, bro? Oh, you an MD? Yo, you still in the area? You know, Northeast. Okay. Maryland. Matter of fact, my girlfriend her best friend lives down there. So that wouldn't be a problem, bro. We definitely need to exchange some contact information. Like I said, man, it's been fucking years and years. Yo, me and Chris used to be motherfucking co-workers when we was like in our early 20s, our late teens, early 20s. Yo, getting in trouble, yo. Oh, you know it. You know it. I ain't doing nothing but working on the hotness. Yo, Cecil. Peace, brother. Good morning to you, brother. Yo, this man right here gives me so much encouragement, bro. It don't even make no sense, yo. You know what I'm saying? So, my current piece I'm working on, this is going to be another installment for the reader series. As you can see right here, the literature being read in this piece is Black on Black Violence, the Psychodynamics of Black Self-Annihilation in Service of White Domination, written by Dr. Amos Nelson Wilson. He's also the writer of the Psychological Development for the Black Child. So this piece right here, like I said, this is another installment for the reader series. And today, my main focus is to be lettering the book, actually getting the text in letters, and so you can actually start reading the book or reading the cover of the book. The book is still just one layer of paint. This section here is just the first layer. So his skin, his shirt, and the headphones have 2 layers of paint on it. The background has a couple layers of paint on it, but I'll work on that last. I'm feeling really comfortable with his skin tones. Even though they look nice right now, I'm going to still put one more layer of paint over his skin tones and his articles of clothing. But like I say, my main focus for today will be actually getting the letters on this book and detailing the cover of the book to make that stand out. But I worked on the skin for a couple days and it looks nice. It's looking really flesh-like. It's looking believable. There's a lot more detailing I need to do with the Turtle Beach headphones, but those are looking nice. A lot more highlights need to go in his beard because that direct sunlight is really beaming down on his face. But overall, I'm really enjoying this piece. Having a lot of fun putting this together. And when it's done, I hope everybody else enjoys it. And I'll jump right into another installment for the Reader series. And this one will be The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness, written by Michelle Alexander. So as soon as this piece is done, I'm going to jump right into that piece. Simple as that. I don't know what that is. What is this? What the fuck is all this shit laying around up here? What? Oh my God. Jesus. Kind of art studio. What kind of art studio is this? Just doesn't look very artistic. I mean, I do see paintbrushes and stuff, but I'm not quite sure. Yo, Cuzzo, good morning. Yo, tell my auntie I said happy birthday. Yo, tell my auntie I said happy birthday. If that man look any more real. Oh, I still got the camera reversed. My bad. What's that, George? What explains everything? That explains everything. That's how your art looks so amazing. I didn't know. I had no idea. Well, you should have kind of guessed a little bit. You know? That explains everything. Trap House. Now I see. You're not a really good fucking painter. You don't even have good ideas. You're just fucking stoned all the time. This motherfucker's just comes up with bullshit from being high. Following in the traditions of Jimi Hendrix and all the other greats. Shall we proceed? Oh, YouTube is gonna cut my stream for this. I better duck down low. You don't let it all out at one time. You let some out, you hold some. Let a little bit more out. You gotta let that shit cycle through your system. You know, don't blow it all out at one time. You can't lose it. You don't want to lose it. You want to use it, not lose it. But you don't want to abuse it. That's only if you choose it. Because you don't have to choose to do none of this shit at all. But if you choose it, you gotta use it without losing it and without abusing it. The shit is hard. It's a difficult situation to put yourself in. That's why this shit is only for adults. Kids, take your ass back to school. Get your homework done. Don't worry about what the adults are over here doing. I'm adulting right now. When you're an adult, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. When you don't have anyone to buy your food and to buy your clothes, and to keep a house for you to live in, and in that house, keep the lights and the water on, then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. As long as somebody else is buying your food and buying your clothes and providing a shelter for you to live in, you're not adulting properly. You're not adulting at all. You're not an adult. Do as I say, not as I do. Simple as that. Okay? Tim, what up, Tim? Top of the morning to you, brother. I'm trying to persuade, I'm trying to lure, I'm trying to build rapport with some of my Facebook guys to come over here to YouTube. It's not working too good. You know, some people get stuck on one platform like, fuck YouTube. I'd rather watch stuff on Facebook. And I'm like, nah. It's not that bad, actually. It's pretty good. And people just don't believe me. So altogether, I got like 12 people watching. I got 6 viewers on Facebook and got like 6 viewers on YouTube. Maybe we can have a whole party if everybody just came over to YouTube. I'm just saying. It's the same thing. I'm still live on YouTube. And the screen is bigger, so you can see more of the studio. And the picture looks better, right? Yo, Tim, Iron website. Doesn't the picture look better on YouTube? Throw some bubbles up. You know what I'm saying? They throw bubbles at me. I'm cool like that. So, not to seem like a pothead, but I'm just doing one more. It's in the shit. It's just wake and bake. What do you think I'm supposed to do? Yes. See? He concurs. He agrees with me. Me and Tim are in agreement. But these Facebook guys, they do not believe the truth, bro. They would not believe that YouTube Live is better than Facebook Live. Yo. Does it look better on YouTube? My man Tim said, yes, it just does. It really does. And you can even see on Facebook, you see how much more view you get of the studio if you go to my YouTube channel instead of being on Facebook. I'm just saying, y'all some stubborn ass motherfuckers, man. I don't care. This is called a dual stream. I'm double dutching. What I was about to do, I was gonna do something important. I packed a bomb. I talk a little bit more bullshit. I was gonna put the beats back on. That's what I was about to do. Brain fart. So what I'm working on? Oh, that book. So I'm gonna have to. I can basically use the palette that I have now for the most part. If the book is just the cover of the book is red, white, and black, which is almost the same colors that I was using for the shirt. So all I would have to do is apply some black on there. I got all the reds I need. There's a little bit of white still on there. So if I put a dollop of black on there, I should be able to get started with lettering this book. But I am going to pull out a pencil first and get some lines on there. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then plus, so when I stream on my phone, I'm using the camera on my phone, which has a smaller fucking lens. And then, so you're getting a smaller image to start with, and then you're watching a smaller image on this little teeny ass screen. But I don't know. Like I say, even if you're on your phone, but watching me on YouTube, you would still get a wider view perspective because the camera is bigger for the PlayStation. I use the PlayStation camera, and the lens on that shit is like 5 times bigger than the lens on my phone. That's the lens right there. You can see how big that shit is compared to my finger, yo. That's my camera lens for the PlayStation. And it's a dual lens. Like, that shit is big as hell. The field of view is fucking awesome. Charge that phone up. Miss Richardson.
Melty
What's
cheese,
up?
grilled onions, and steak on this footlong Philly. They're so flavorful.
Man, do I love a good steakout.
Steak out, nice.
You would not believe what they are doing in there.
Making cheesesteaks?
What are you, one of them?
For a limited time, try classic or spicy
Yo,
footlong
that was-
Philly. This is how you Sonic.
Another dude. I've been waiting. I need to take this beat off here. I say it every time I hear it because this is a beat list that I made. But that beat right there is just like, I don't know why I still have it on there. But Carl is another dude. I be waiting on his post. Like, I've in the past 5 or 6 years, I've just tried to make my Facebook as educational as possible. I try to friend intelligent, critical, forward, abstract thinking individuals, not necessarily who share all the same beliefs with me, but who don't mind a debate and are passionate about what they believe in. And Carl is another one of those guys. Like, it's not funny shit all the time, man. Like, we gotta learn and educate people, yo. And he spreads a lot of good information, yo. Good morning. I say Facebook is a fucking, the internet itself is a hell of a fucking tool, yo. It's a hell of a tool. And I'm a part of that. I'm the last generation to live without the internet. I'm 37 years old. So when I was in middle school, high school, like, they, launched the internet upon us. And you can look back at old news clips when people were talking about email and AOL and dial-up, and it was like, it was news, and everybody was trying to learn this shit and figure this shit out. And so I think, like, initially, for the most part, it was just a toy. It's like the internet is a toy. You get to play with shit. I can watch porn and shit. And I was like, yes, thank God. But I don't know. Like I say, the past 6 or 7 years, 5, 6 years, I realize it is a valuable tool. You can reach people globally. This is a global network. On whatever platform is your favorite, you can reach people wherever. And it has helped shape my worldview, because I have never traveled outside of the continental U.S. I've traveled all over the United States, but I don't have a really strong grasp of other cultures from a first-hand experience, obviously. So just meeting people who live in a different part of the world, who have a different cultural upbringing, and just communicating with people like that, or being able to communicate with people just of a different generational group, and have conversations in that way, and try to learn and understand from the old heads, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a nice tool, and especially with me and my art. And my main thing is just trying to inspire people, spark conversations, and hopefully get somebody to pick up a book, you know what I'm saying, and flip through some pages and learn some shit. And the internet makes it easy for me to share my ideas and my concepts with people, James, another one. Yo, everybody's in here. Good morning. Yo, James Wimps is an amazing artist. Oh my God. And this dude uses every medium, like the major mediums: color pencil, acrylic, and oil. And his style and technique is so on point that sometimes you can't tell the difference. It just all looks beautiful. Like, if he doesn't tell you it's acrylic, you're like, what is that? That looks perfect. And I love, like, your superheroes, all your superheroes. Those amaze me. You got the Batplane flying across the moon in the background, and in the foreground you got Wonder Woman sitting there looking at this shit. All the Superman ones. Yo, your stuff is amazing, dude. I really enjoy your art, James. You have mastered the craft. He's what I would call a master artist. You know what I'm saying? Those are the levels I aspire to reach, yo. Got some awesome stuff. Calvin, what's up? Do I have a drink in here? I have talked myself dry. That was much needed. All right, guys. So I cleaned some shoes this morning. I kind of did that live on TV. What else? We just been talking about like just random stuff. I'm just excited. So many of the people I enjoy are in here this morning, checking out my live stream. Honestly, that's shit what I'm working on, James. So, yo, Manny, oh my God, all the artists are here this morning. Yo, and they be like, artists are lazy and do this and do that, man. Everybody I know be up early, shucking and jiving, moving and shaking. Boy, what are you talking about? What time is it? I don't even know what time it is, bro. It's just not 8 o'clock, man. Everybody been up, boy. Them artists be on the move, boy. Don't play. Don't play like that. Y'all know we be up in the studio. I get up, I go to the gym, I come home, take a shower, and come right in this room right here. So, for the last few paintings, actually, I have not photographed myself. I did not photograph that piece. I did not photograph this. I did not photograph that. This is a guy from North Carolina. Awesome work. These two pieces right here are a photography husband and wife couple from Atlanta. Their stuff is awesome. That piece, the last nude that I did, was actually a classmate of mine. She's a personal friend. And I just asked for some submissions, and she sent me some pictures that look really nice. So I painted that. So that's like 1, 2, 3. The last 4 paintings I did not photograph. But I finally got some good models, and I did photograph this piece right here. So, and I don't know. My stuff is easy to tell that it's mine, because I normally do a reader series. But, so this is the next installment of the reader series. And, I actually met this young guy at the gym. You can probably tell he's pretty fucking ripped. Pretty handsome young guy. Got to talk with him. He's actually pretty smart as well. The first model that I've ever had to do the reader series who actually asked to borrow the book. So I don't have this book in my possession right now because he asked, can he borrow it? He's like, dude, do you mind if I read this? And I was like, that's awesome. That's all I want. That's all I ever wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, you can borrow that book. If you don't give it back, I won't even be mad. I didn't tell him that, but it's like, I won't even be mad, bro. Just read that shit. So this is 2 layers of paint on the skin tone and 2 layers of paint on the headphones and the shirt. The background probably has like 3 layers of paint already. I did a lot of knife work with that, trying to keep the paint really textured and choppy to kind of mimic this old peeling paint. I'm changing the words. You can barely make out what the blue lettering said originally. So this is going to say melanin. It was going to say black melanin. And just still have like this really eroded, peeling look to it in here as well. So I'm trying to go over this and put another layer and see if I can detail that a little bit better. Here in the photograph, there, got to get these bricks in here, but this is a lot of negative space. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that negative space. I might leave it like that, but I might not. I don't know. I might bring the brick all the way down and just have the brick wall coming all the way down. I've been thinking about that for a minute. And then I was also able to photograph this piece, which will be another installment in the reader series. Where? Don't do that. Where is it? Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing with that photograph. That picture came out really well. Another model I met, where was I? At the Sprint store, actually, when I was, I went to upgrade my phone. so I upgraded to the phone I have now. And so she was just working at the store. Oh, nope, wrong thing. Stop, don't do that. And so I got this picture of her. Really pretty young lady. Photograph came out really nice. Got a little bit of greenery. The bricks, once again. The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Color Blindness by Michelle Alexander. Sacred Woman, Queen of Fool. The Ruling Race, the History of American Slaves, American Slave Owners. This is Racist America and Black Knights, the story of the Tuskegee Airmen. So this is going to be another really, really in-depth installment to here. This probably has, these right here have the most books in them. There's 5 books in that piece. And here she has 5 books as well. So this is the Theology of Time. They Came Before Columbus, When Rocks Cry Out, The 48 Laws of Power, and Message to the Black Man. So that's a lot of different there's a lot of different information in that one piece. Justice here is a lot of different material in this one piece. That piece only has 3 books in it, but very versatile as well. It has another book here, Mastery. Robert Greene also wrote 48 Laws of Power, so same author. You'll see some of the same authors running through my series. But currently working on that. I'm going to get that pencil out and try to get the letters on that book and start painting them letters in there. Ooh, my hand itching. That means I'm supposed to get some money, right? They say if the palm of your, is it your left hand or your right hand? Because they very specific about that. If your left palm itch, that means you getting some money. Superstition. Superstition. Yo. Oh man, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to talk about that, because I might lose some friends one day after Sunday. One day after Sunday, I might lose some friends. One day after Sunday, it all depends. One day after Sunday, I might lose some friends. One day. I know I should have been a singer, but I should have been a singer instead of this painting shit. I don't even know why I'm fooling myself. I sound amazing. I sound fantastic. I'm just being honest. No, seriously. Is this not bright? Alright, guys. Well, y'all know I sound good. Don't even play. Don't even play. Yo, Joe. Uncle John, what's up, man? Alright, guys. I am gonna really focus on the art. I gotta get some stuff done. I really do enjoy talking with you guys and sitting around chilling. But I've been chilling for an hour. No lie. I just been here for an hour just like chilling. It's great though. It's great. I love it. But honestly, you guys are here. Obviously, you're on Facebook. You ain't got shit to do right now. I'm just pointing out the obvious. You ain't doing nothing else. Click the link. Look, man, go to my page, click the link, and come to the YouTube channel. I'm not ending the stream. I got 2 streams going right now. I'm gonna end the Facebook stream so I can focus on the painting. Because no. See, that's the thing. I'm not getting off. See, that's what people don't understand. I'm live on YouTube. I am on the air. I'm on air right now. So I got 2 streams going. but it's just easier for me to focus on one channel, so I don't have to constantly look from two cameras and talk to two different sets of people. It's way more difficult than you guys think. That's why I need to be in the studio. I need a cameraman, a light guy, a sound guy. I need 2 teleprompters. I need guests. I need a co-host. I need a do boy to get my donuts and coffee. I need a secretary. I don't know what secretaries even do anymore, because I can do everything from my phone. But we just, we got to be equal opportunity employees or whatever, stuff like that. But I am about to shut down the Facebook stream. So I appreciate you guys chilling with me this morning. That's the second time I've talked myself dry. Jesus. All right. Now, I really do appreciate you guys coming here, checking out the stream, chilling with your boy, Trap House Entertainment, Art and Education, Paintings by the Prince. Y'all know what it is. I'm constantly showing out for the Ville, Hartsville, South Carolina. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? We got greatness where I come from. They great people where I come from. If y'all really ain't got nothing to do for another 10, 15 minutes, come to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll be at 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I think the 1,000th subscriber will get a painting. I'm pretty sure I'm going to give my 1,000th subscriber a painting, and I'm going to have some giveaways, because I truly have people who've been supporting my channel from day one. I'm talking like we're going on 3 years now, and I get a lot of love from everybody. So I really do appreciate everybody who's helping me become who I am with my art. I can't do this shit without the fucking support. Honestly, there's just no other way around it. You can be the best at anything, but if you don't have people supporting you, you're not going to go anywhere. So just coming in here and chilling with me like this, I think that's a hell of a lot of support, and I really appreciate it. So once again, I'm saying it one more time, I'm going to be in here for another couple hours. Come to the YouTube channel and chill with me in there and check out as I work on this painting. Appreciate it. Peace. Till next time. All right. Got some messages. All right.
Connected to iPhone.
Are you really? Really, Bose? Are you really connected to my iPhone? Or are you just saying that? I got all kind of messages. Oh, that magazine I'm in is for sale now. If you guys want to buy a copy of it, I put the link on my Facebook page. What to listen to? I love when they swear down they have like facts. Let me hear your facts.
In my previous video, I connected the dots on several truly remarkable similarities between Plato's description of the lost city of Atlantis to that of the mysterious Rekhat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, which is located in a remote region of the Western Sahara Desert in Mauritania. And in this video, which is essentially part 2, I'm going to share many other specific details that Plato had shared about Atlantis, its empire, that you will not only find fascinating, but will also further support that the Rekhat structure is indeed the most likely location for the lost city of Atlantis. Because let's not forget the remarkable similarities which I outlined in my previous video, including that Atlantis was said to be made of concentric circles, specifically 3 rings of water and 2 of land, which matches the Rekhat's design if it had water in it. But even more significant than that, it precisely matches the diameter of what would be the outer wall when converting to modern measurements. This is an unbelievably significant detail. And when you combine other similarities, including that the Rekhat's mountains to the north, with rivers on those mountains, just as Plato described, and that Atlantis was said to open to the sea at the south, which also matches the topography of the Rekhat structure. That is if it had at one point met the coast of the ocean, which, yes, there is definitive evidence that it did, as I'll be sharing in just a moment. But furthermore, the entire area surrounding the Rekhat structure is a massive level plain, with even a portion of it having a rectangular resemblance, similar to what Plato had described. Now, these are not the only similarities that match Plato's and Solon's description of the lost city of Atlantis, and I shared those other details in my prior video. However, there are a few counter-arguments that would suggest that the Eye of the Sahara cannot be the true location of Atlantis. For example, many people still believe that Atlantis was just a myth, that Plato made it up and it never actually existed, but let's not forget that that's what people said about the lost city of Troy. Even the so-called experts said that it was made-up poetry. That was until it was discovered in Turkey in the 1800s, proven to be true all along. And they said the same exact thing about the lost city of Angkor. They said that it's just a myth and never really existed. But again, that was until they found it in the dense jungle of Cambodia, hidden for centuries until it was rediscovered in the mid-1800s. Now, the most common response I received in my prior video regarding the Rekhat structure being a possible location of Atlantis were comments that said something to the effect of, the Rekhat is a natural formation, so no, it cannot be Atlantis. But why would the Rekhat structure being a natural formation exclude it from being Atlantis? If anything, being a natural formation would further support the possibility that it is Atlantis, especially when you consider the description of its massive size. Do the math on the circumferences of what would be the 3 circles of water. Just how many miles or kilometers of digging/dredging would be required to do this? The amount of earth that they would have to move is mind-boggling and unrealistic, especially without having heavy earth-moving machinery and equipment to do so. I mean, are we to think that the entire massive design of Atlantis would have been a man-made construction? It would make far more sense for Atlantis to have been built upon a natural formation, just as civilizations have been doing for thousands of years throughout the world, and as we are still doing today in many different places. But the most significant argument against the Rekhat structure being a possible location of Atlantis involves it being hundreds of miles from the ocean and having an elevation of closer to 1,300 feet above sea level. How could the Rekhat be the location of the capital of Atlantis when it was said to have been an island? Many people have stated that it is simply not possible and that there is no evidence to support that the Rekhat had met the ocean. However, we must consider one key piece of evidence, which is that all water wells within and in the area around the Rekhat structure contain exclusively salt water, all the way down to 200 meters below the surface. In fact, only wells that have been drilled to depths exceeding that 200 meters in this region contain fresh water. And this is despite, again, being 500 kilometers inland from the coast and being nearly 1,300 feet above sea level. How did that salt water get there? But perhaps just as significant, the center island is the one place throughout the Richat that produces fresh spring water at surface level, just as Plato described. The significance of these details cannot be overstated. To take this a step further, we must consider the scientific explanation for how the Richat structure was formed, which was that it is a result of magma chambers uplifting molten rock towards the surface. In other words, this area once had a lower elevation than it does now. So is it possible that this area was at sea level some 12,000 years ago? Because according to Plato, Atlantis disappeared 11,600 years ago, which, like I mentioned in my prior video, just so happens to coincide perfectly with the Younger Dryas climate catastrophe, which abruptly ended approximately 11,600 years ago, and was followed by what is referred to as Meltwater Pulse 1b, a sudden and rapid increase in global sea levels. This similarity of 11,600 years ago is another amazing coincidence that furthers my thoughts that the destruction of Atlantis is related to the Younger Dryas event. But some will say that the Richat could not have increased to its current elevation of nearly 1,300 feet in just 12,000 years. So we must evaluate empirical scientific data to understand what could be geologically possible over the course of some 12,000 years. Let's consider the example of Antarctica that I used in my prior video and the fact that the continent is rising at a rate of 1.6 inches per year as a result of subsurface activity. 1.6 inches a year. Well, do the math on the Richat's elevation, and you will see that even if it was uplifted at a slower rate than Antarctica, it is well within the possibility over this length of time. And here you can see just a few different examples of several outstanding comments I received from viewers who pointed this out and shared their own calculations. Now, using those calculations, take a look at what the area would look like when you account for the difference in elevation and sea level. These images you are seeing are from floodmap.net. Go there and play with the numbers and tell me that this isn't incredibly interesting. And it certainly shows us how this area could have been an island with a large plain, just as Plato described. And it could also provide an explanation as to its location from the Strait of Gibraltar, as no trace of Atlantis has ever been found in the Atlantic Ocean, despite countless searches over the last several decades. Plato also stated that the whole island of Atlantis was said to be towering and steep towards the side of the sea. Could this be possible at the Richat? Because look at the Adra Highlands located near the Richat. This long rim is 1,500 feet higher than the basin below. And when you view it with the use of flood maps, it's an additional similarity that may match Plato's description. Now, some will look at these flood maps and say, well, yeah, you're just playing with numbers here to make the scenario work. But we're really not, because the known scientific evidence is that the Richat structure was uplifted by subsurface magma chambers, thus increasing the surrounding elevation. And we have empirical scientific data that proves that even if the Richat was uplifted at a much slower rate of what we already know is possible, such as with the example of Antarctica, it is well within the possibility. And not to mention, there is additional evidence of widespread subsurface volcanic activity in the region, as we can see in the examples of the nearby Canary and Cape Verde Islands, which are just off the coast of West Africa. So clearly, the subsurface activity is widespread and has been ongoing for a considerable length of time. And the very fact that scientists have so many unanswered questions about the nature of the Richat structure, it would be foolish to rule out the various possibilities of what could have happened there over the past 12,000 years.
Root cares about that oh-so-rare concept in the insurance industry, fairness.
Scientists specifically state that the structure went through multiple stages of being pushed up and down to create the incredibly unique design that we see today. Pair that with what Plato stated about Atlantis having sank into the ocean. Perhaps the Richat was later pushed back up out of the ocean. Now, another detail that is worth repeating is that Plato specifically stated that there were an abundance of elephants on the island. Well, elephants exist in Mauritania today, and there's even ancient wall art depicting them in caves near the Richat structure along with skeletal remains. This detail is small, yet significant, as some of the other suggested locations for Atlantis are in regions of which elephants are not known to ever have existed. Now, these details I just shared are certainly compelling, but where are the artifacts? Where's the evidence that a civilization was ever even there? Well, there actually are a ton of artifacts that have been found in and around the Rekot structure, and archaeologists do not know what civilization they are from. And this was shared in the documentary Visiting Atlantis, which I mentioned in my prior video, as being one of my sources of information, and I highly recommend that you visit their website, visitingatlantis.com, and follow the link to watch their video. I imagine that this will help the creators of that documentary, but in their video they show footage of many different artifacts that have been found in and around the Rekots, including gold jewelry, arrowheads, even stone weights that resemble ones that are commonly used with fishing nets. They even found hundreds of stone spheres cut with unbelievable precision. All of these artifacts were found in and around the Rekot at surface level, which, again, is in the middle of nowhere, proving that at some point in the distant past, people did live there. The artifacts may not necessarily be as old as Atlantis, but then again, we do not know who they belong to or from when. But what about remnants of stone structures and buildings? Why haven't they found any of that? Well, unfortunately, nobody has actually gone looking. No heavy equipment has ever been brought to the Rekot for excavation, nor has there ever been an archaeological dig, and for all we know, tons of evidence is buried just meters below the surface, which, let's not forget, is a massive area spanning nearly 15 miles across. However, it seems to me that when you consider the surrounding area, it is apparent that it was blasted by a force of flowing water. The Rekot itself has been acknowledged to be heavily eroded, which we can all see for ourselves. In my prior video, I suggested that perhaps a tsunami blasted this area going from west to east from the Atlantic Ocean. However, I now think that it's just as likely that this area was blasted by flowing water going from east to west from the Sahara, possibly originating from the Mediterranean Sea, as the topography, upon a closer look, could possibly support this. Or perhaps more likely, the force of water could have come from ancient lakes that are now known to have existed in the Sahara. For example, the scientific evidence is that the Sahara Desert was once lush green and contained a network of rivers and massive lakes, one of which would be one of the largest in the world today if it still existed, as it covered more than 42,000 square miles, or nearly 109,000 square kilometers of surface area. Even look at this fascinating article from just a couple years ago where they discussed the existence of a massive 500-kilometer river that ran through North Africa, specifically through the country of Mauritania. Something that many people are not aware of is just how recently the climate of the Sahara changed, with some of the most recent evidence indicating that it suddenly went from lush green and covered with lakes and rivers to a barren desert, get this, just 5,000 years ago, with scientists calling it one of the Earth's most dramatic climate shifts. So perhaps the Rekot was blasted by what some have referred to as the draining of the Sahara. But getting back to the question of where are the remains of stone buildings and structures, well, to answer that question, we have to understand from which direction the flowing water came from and how strong it was. What we need are experts who evaluate the geography of the area and determine the likely places that we would find debris that would be carried or pushed during such a cataclysmic flood event. We should also consider the possibility that this area was blasted from both west to east and from east to west during two different events. And we must understand that most of any remaining structural debris could possibly be hundreds of kilometers away from the Rekot. We just don't know how strong the force was that came through here. But considering the evidence is so apparent even when viewed from outer space, and after so many thousands of years, I would suggest that it was stronger than anything we ever thought possible. And it seems to me that not only would the city have been completely obliterated and carried or pushed away, but the layers of ground underneath the city would have been taken with it, along with the buildings, the walls, the roads, and everything else included. I mean, just think about how small, localized floods completely remove modern roads and the earth that lies underneath them. Perhaps a massive flood could explain the significant erosion of the Rekot, and considering that whatever the event was that destroyed Atlantis, it was said to happen in just one day and night. It was not a slow or gradual event. It was essentially apocalyptic. We must wrap our minds around just how long of a period of time 12,000 years is. How many changes of seasons, weather, climate, countless days of storms, rain, and wind erosion to add with it. The Rekot we see today is certainly different than what it looked like some 12,000 years ago. And it's truly amazing that this site has been completely ignored, and it's even more fascinating that so many people have never even heard of it. I even had comments on my prior video from people from South Africa saying that they had never even heard of this place before. But unfortunately, it does not seem likely that an excavation of this site will happen anytime soon. Take a look at the U.S. Department of State's travel advisory for Mauritania. Press pause to read the specifics, but yeah, that is very unfortunate to say the least. Definitely leave a comment and share what your thoughts are so far on all of this, but now we'll jump into the specifics of the City of Atlantis and...
The QuickBooks Self-Employed app gives contractors and freelancers the power of an entire staff
and its empire. Like I've stated, the City of Atlantis, or the capital, was said to be made up of concentric circles, 3 rings of water and 2 of land. Let's start by discussing the center island, which was said to house the king and royal family, along with their servants and most loyal bodyguards.
Oh my god, this is so uncomfortable.
It was sparsely populated in relation to its actual size, and by the way, these images are artist renditions that people have made, which, although they are very well done, keep in mind they do not reflect the scale in comparison to the size of the actual rings of water and land. And these images also do not account for the elevated nature of the land rings, including the center island, which was essentially a hill. But that said, the center island was the location of the main temple of Poseidon, and one can only imagine what that looked like. The center island also had the fabled Garden of Poseidon, which included exotic trees and fruit, and it had fountains and pools. This area was reserved for the royal elite and high priests only. The citizens of Atlantis did not have access to this island, which was also said to be protected by mighty walls and, of course, the ring of water surrounding it. Now, the second land ring housed the military, which was massive, and said to consist of a powerful navy. And the second ring of water was the military harbor that was said to dock at least, get this, 1,200 warships. By the way, could those stone spears I mentioned earlier have been cannonballs? But 1,200 warships. Incredible. And it is estimated that within the second land ring, it housed upwards of 240,000 sailors. This second ring of water also housed the naval stalls and supplies. It had underground docks, soldier training facilities, towers, and guardhouses. This land ring was essentially the military center of the island. It also had a large road that was some 200 meters wide that ran through the middle of the island, encircling the entire ring. This road was also used for horse races. Think about the massive races that would circuit the island. It must have been a sight to see and attracted many people from afar, which it must also be mentioned that many different languages were said to be spoken at Atlantis, further indicating widespread trade and visitation. It seems to me that this place was an absolute fortress. It was protected as an island in the first place, and then contained additional islands protected by rings of water within it. How can an invading force ever overtake this place? And if there was ever an uprising of the people, how would they even be able to get to and sack the innermost island where the leaders were, having been protected by water and large walls, and not to mention the entire military in between? You would literally need an air force or advanced artillery or something. Now, the first land ring within the island was the religious sector of the city, and was said to be home to a large priesthood. It also had towers and gates, and even had hanging gardens as well. Its water ring was a harbor for merchant ships, and it also functioned as a public transport system. Small boats would ferry people from one side of the island to the other, and don't forget how large Atlantis was said to be, so this transport system would definitely be beyond useful. On the other side of the wall would be what we would describe as downtown Atlantis. Here is a quote from Plato. The area between the outer wall and the merchant harbor was densely crowded and busy all day and all night. It has been estimated that the city of Atlantis may have been home to over 1 million people, which is not hard to believe based on its size, and keep in mind that this is half the size of New York City, and we're not talking about Manhattan, we're talking about the entire city. So, considering that Atlantis was said to be busy all day and all night, and said to be rich in architecture, bustling with trade, and protected by a great army, and the fact that it connected to the ocean, well, this place was happening. But it is easy to understand how the description of Atlantis may have sounded crazy to people 2,500 years ago when Plato first shared the story. And this brings me back to a quote from Plato, which is, "This tale about Atlantis, though strange, is certainly true, having been attested by Solon, who was the wisest of the 7 sages." And here we are, thousands of years later, with all of our modern developments. We can certainly wrap our minds around a city that would have been busy all day and all night, bustling with trade and impressive architecture. But that aside, Atlantis wasn't just a city. It was an empire consisting of 10 kingdoms, which were said to be ruled by the 10 children of Poseidon, who were born as 5 sets of twins. It was said to be a vast empire stretching as far away as Italy, and even Egypt was a colony of Atlantis. You'll recall me mentioning in my prior video that the entire legend of Atlantis actually originates from the ancient Egyptians. The fact that Egypt was said to be a colony of Atlantis could further support that the Riqat is the location when you consider that they are both on the same continent, at least when compared to other suggested locations of Atlantis, which are much further away. And by the way, something interesting and fun to share, since so many people left comments about it in the prior video, but isn't it amazing at just how much the Riqat looks like an eye? Many people made the comparison to the notable Eye of Horus seen throughout ancient Egypt. And I'm not suggesting that there's a connection here, but it certainly is a unique similarity, and I mean the Riqat even has a bluish appearance to it when viewed from space. But that aside, the fact that an incredible civilization such as Atlantis was said to span such a vast distance and consists of 10 kingdoms, we really need to reevaluate the age of various megalithic structures found across the region, which we still cannot explain today, including the pyramids of Giza as just one example. We really need to get into the mindset that so many of the unanswered questions and mysteries we have about our ancient past is related to the fact that we were far older than we ever realized, and that civilization, whatever it was or whoever they were wiped out a very long time ago. And all of this has been building upon the videos I've been making since the beginning of this channel, which is that what we were taught in school about our true ancient past is far from it, and that we were far older and advanced than we ever thought. So the question becomes, how old were we, and how advanced did we become? But the issue goes beyond what they're teaching or not teaching in school, because you would only really become aware of this information if you go looking for it. You won't find it reported in the media, and the structure that runs most of the scientific and academic community shuns this information. If you followed my channel for a while, you've heard me make many statements about the so-called mainstream. And the topic of human civilization dating back further than 6,000 years ago with the Sumerians is something that they just do not want to talk about. And I've, of course, made this example how they've ignored the most recent scientific data, and one great example is the Great Sphinx's water erosion around its enclosure. And in my prior video, though, I gave the example of the omissions in both the Atlantis and Riqat structure Wikipedia pages. Well, I encourage you to go there and visit the View History tab on the Riqat structure page, and look at everything that's taken place since I uploaded dozens of edits and dozens of deletions by moderators. It was eventually locked, and although things do need to be cited properly, you will still not find one single word that connects either of these two topics together. And whether you like Wikipedia or not, we have to acknowledge that Wiki is what shows up at the top of Google searches, and is thus a primary source of information to the masses. And regardless of whether the Eye of the Sahara is the true location of Atlantis or not, it is certainly premature and honestly a bit foolish for anyone to rule it out and declare that it could not have been the location of Atlantis. Because make no mistake, this site matches far more aspects about the description of Atlantis than any other proposed site from around the world, including the most specific and precise details. This site, the Riqat structure, needs to be studied and excavated, not disregarded and omitted. And for some reason, almost nobody has ever even heard of it. Weird, right? Well, I'll close it up there, but I look forward to reading the comments and seeing what people's thoughts are on all of this, but hit the like button, subscribe. I'm Jimmy, this is Bright Insight, and I have many more videos to come on a whole wide variety of topics. Take care, everybody.
Hello there, and welcome. I'm Bob Proctor. I want to have a short class with you. I want you to think of the
Some of the most interesting aspects of the cosmos, including incredible coincidences within our very own solar system, are completely left out of all academic teachings and are virtually unknown to the masses. In fact, there is significant reason to suggest that ancient human civilization were aware of these cosmic coincidences, as I'll be discussing in this video. Let me start by discussing Ceres and a few other fascinating topics to help me connect the dots for you as I build upon the argument that ancient civilization was aware of key details of the cosmos and our own solar system. We've all seen the famous white spots discovered on the surface of Ceres in 2015. If you're not familiar, Ceres is the largest object in the asteroid belt, which of course is located between Mars and Jupiter. I think we all remember when the story first broke a few years ago, with the initial photos coming back, creating tremendous shock among scientists, and this story made headlines throughout the world. I remember seeing the first photos and how so many people thought, wait a second, are those lights? What is that? This, of course, became the subject of discussion and debate among the conspiracy community, with people suggesting that it's an alien base. But as more pictures came in over the next few days, we got a much better look at it, and scientists have theorized that it could be anything from volcanic activity, geysers, ice, salt, or even diamond deposits. To make a long story short, scientists believe that these spots are sodium carbonate, which is a type of salt, leading scientists to believe that Ceres may have had an ocean, which of course raises many questions. Like I mentioned, Ceres is in the main asteroid belt, and of course we have two asteroid belts. The other is the Kuiper belt, located in the outer solar system, which extends from the orbit of Neptune to approximately 50 astronomical units from the Sun. The Kuiper belt is actually much larger and contains much more mass than the main asteroid belt located between Mars and Jupiter. Now I, for one, do not agree with the leading mainstream explanation for how the asteroid belts were formed, which is that during the initial formation of the solar system, a 10th planet tried to form between Mars and Jupiter, but due to the strong gravitational forces of Jupiter, it was unable to form into a planet. I think it's far more likely that what we're looking at is a destroyed planet or moon of some kind. I also think that this is what turned Mars into what it is today. We know that Mars once had massive lakes, rivers, and oceans, but something happened and we don't know what. But I, like many others, suspect that life once existed on Mars. But I also think that this event, whatever it was, may have happened far more recently than billions of years ago. And I've discussed in multiple other videos on how Mars somehow retained water channels, rivers, and lake beds despite nearly 4 billion years, according to NASA, of wind and sand erosion. And although Mars' atmosphere is far less dense than that of Earth's, NASA scientists have stated that dust and sand particles still travel up to 70 miles an hour, and take that into account with Mars, having global sandstorms which have been known to last longer than 3 months on end and consume the entire planet continuously. What also must be mentioned is that Mars has literally millions of dust devils every single day. So yeah, I think there's more to this story, and I find it interesting that NASA has contradicted themselves numerous times involving the erosion on Mars. It just doesn't seem to make sense that water channels and rivers that existed nearly 4 billion years ago would survive, 4 billion years of dust devils and global sandstorms. At a minimum, would be covered up or the sides would be eroded. And I've discussed these details in other videos, but back to the asteroid fields and how they were made. Some will say that the entire mass of the asteroid belt is not enough to be that of a planet or a moon, but really nobody could say that with any type of certainty, considering that, they don't have prior knowledge of how big these objects would have been, nor do they know how fast or from what direction or angle the impacts would have happened. Obviously, the forces of a collision would be mind-boggling, and most of the debris would be blasted out in almost every direction into the universe, but only a small amount would be retained in orbit, and that's why I suspect that the Kuiper belt is the remains of that collision, which were not able to escape the gravitational...
It's a flat Earth with a dome over it. And what's your proof for that? How can you prove that? Can you really prove that? I probably should have left this on the other easel. I need high ceilings. This is a really big easel, and I can't lift it up as high as I need it to go. NASA's lying, bro. Every picture of the Earth you see is composites and computer-generated images. It's not real. Nothing's real.
Influence of the sun. Ultimately, nobody knows how these belts were created, but there is newfound evidence to support my claim that it was a planetary collision. You may have seen headlines from about a week ago discussing how a meteorite was discovered with nanodiamonds inside of it, far larger and more complex than ever found before due to their chemistry. And leading scientists are suggesting that this is leftovers from a 10th planet that once existed in the solar system and was destroyed approximately 4.5 billion years ago. Now let's be clear, nobody can say what was going on in this solar system even 1 million years ago, much less 4.5 billion years ago. And I'm not suggesting that the solar system isn't billions of years in age. I'm simply pointing this out because it's an example of the typical arrogance that exists too often in the scientific community and has existed throughout history. But here's the thing. They're saying that this meteor with the nanodiamonds must have moved into the asteroid belt after the collision. So wait a second. Why are scientists so committed to excluding the likely possibility that the asteroid belt was formed from a destroyed planetoid of some kind? This is not to say that no scientists have discussed the possibility, but it is without a doubt considered a fringe possibility. And this is something I've researched quite a bit, and it's honestly a bit disturbing how many scientists completely scoff at this possibility. Yet the most recent scientific evidence actually supports the theory of a planetary collision forming the asteroid belt. But for some reason, most of the articles on this newly found meteorite mentioned absolutely nothing about the asteroid belt whatsoever. And I actually had to go searching to find an example of it, which I found here in the New York Times article. By the way, if there indeed was some sort of planetary or moon collision which created the asteroid belts, and if it happened far more recently, perhaps tens of thousands of years ago, this would explain various myths and legends of the war in the heavens, as well as cataclysmic events that have happened here on Earth. So the next thing I want to discuss is Mars's moon Phobos, and there is an incredible anomaly on this moon which seldom gets any attention from the scientific or academic community since its discovery. There is a monolith, which scientists say must be a boulder, which is massive. In fact, it's 90 meters in height, or nearly 300 feet tall, and it is somehow standing straight up. How and what made that happen? For something so long and narrow to be completely upright is incredible. But it's even more fascinating when you take what Buzz Aldrin said about it on live TV a few years ago, something that the mainstream news networks have completely ignored. And he stated, "There's a monolith on Mars's moon, a very unusual structure, and when people find out about that, they're going to say, who put that there?" I mean, whether you believe we went to the moon or not, the very fact that Buzz Aldrin said this should raise some eyebrows. And pair it with the fact that this unusual anomaly is not taught in schools, and most of the public are completely unaware of it. I mean, I find that interesting. I mean, if they did think it's just a boulder, I think it would be getting a lot more attention. I mean, if something like this existed here on Earth, which it doesn't. I mean, we've never seen any type of boulder of that size or shape standing straight up like that, not even close. But if there was, it would be a freaking tourist attraction. I mean, can you imagine? Now, I don't know what it is, and I'm not suggesting that it's an ancient obelisk like others have, or that it's evidence that ancient humans are originally from Mars, although I think that anything's possible. What I know is that I'm curious, I want to know what it is, and I want my taxpayer money to be spent on taking better photos of it so we can figure out what it is. I mean, really, this is the best photo we can get? Some grainy, blurred photo? The next thing I want to discuss is Saturn, particularly the amazing and absolutely massive hexagon-shaped storm which is located at the North Pole. Look at this thing. Isn't the shape of it unbelievable? Let me first mention, though, that hexagon shapes are found naturally in nature, and a few examples include the Giant's Causeway in Ireland, which was created from volcanic activity. We even find hexagons that make up the honeycomb within beehives. Even the spots on giraffes are hexagon in shape. We even see flies and various insects which eyes are made up of hundreds of hexagons too. And when I said that this storm is massive, each of its sides exceeds the diameter of the Earth by 700 miles, and you can see a comparison of it here in this photo. In fact, this storm is 20,000 miles across, or more than 32,000 kilometers across, and has sustained winds of more than 200 miles an hour or 320 kilometers an hour. But what makes it even more intriguing is the fact that it changes colors. And you can see two separate examples of this between, well, two separate space missions, including the Cassini mission, where this was documented, changing from a blue to a golden color in just a few years. But speaking of changing colors, I have to discuss the false color images that are widely used by NASA, and because of that, the mainstream media as well as academics, and these photos are what are seen by most of the public. False color images are literally artist renditions, and although impressive and beautiful, they are not at all what it actually looks like, and I find this to be detrimental. False color imagery spreads ignorance and misinformation because not everybody knows that these are false colors. I mean, you watching this video might know this and know how to read the fine print and understand it, but you'd be surprised on how many people are unaware of this. And I encourage you to talk to children and people in school and ask them about this stuff, and you'll be surprised on how many of them were taught or shown these photos, but the teachers failed to mention that, oh yeah, some artist added these colors to them. In fact, here's an example of a NASA photo of Ceres, which of course has false coloring, and you'll find this picture right on the nasa.gov website. I would say a prime example of this, though, is the Eagle Nebula, which is also known as the Pillars of Creation. And the famous Eagle Nebula just, well, it doesn't look like this. And this is not to say that it's not spectacular. And if we could travel closer to it and see it with our own eyes, I'm sure our jaws would absolutely drop in amazement. Another example is the famous Hubble telescope photo of 10,000 galaxies, which we've all seen this brilliantly colored photo. But unfortunately, all we truly see is black space and white light. Take the Andromeda Galaxy, which is the closest to the Milky Way galaxy, and this NASA photo is enhanced in so many ways, from the color, certain aspects of its shape, to the very fact that the picture would make you think that we can zoom in and get a really good look at it, which we can't. And here you can see actual examples of what this galaxy looks like through telescopes here on Earth. Clearly much different than the NASA photos released to the public. And this leads me to the topic of black holes. When you see pictures like this, you have to know that it's a complete illustration because we literally have zero photos of any kind which document a black hole. And most people are not aware of this because, well, we've never actually seen a black hole and we've only been able to infer their presence. But scientists are expecting that this year, 2018, will be the year that we get our very first image of a black hole, so that is exciting. Now I want to jump into the most interesting of all the information, which involves these cosmic coincidences that apparently ancient human civilization was aware of.
Never fly first class. It ruins flying in coach forever. And that's exactly why you should never get Hulu. Fly TV plus tons of shit.
Which is completely unexplainable based on everything we thought we knew, or were taught, or still being taught about ancient history in school. In prior videos, I have mentioned Randall Carlson and how he details the specific dimensions of the Great Pyramid of Giza, Egypt, and how it computes to a ratio of 43,200 to that of planet Earth. And the data suggests that whoever constructed the pyramid literally knew the dimensions of Earth. What we need to look at then is the specific number 432 and how it's been used by multiple ancient civilizations from around the world, including the total years of the Kali Yuga, which is a 432,000-year period. Also, the total years of the Sumerian Kings list, which just so happens to be the same number, 432,000 years. This number also just so happens to be the radius of the sun, 432,000 miles. So it gets interesting when you consider that half the diameter of the sun is 432,000 miles, but half the seconds in a day on Earth is 43,200. Again, you see that 432 number. And obviously the zeros are excluded in the study of numerology, but the examples get more crazy. The moon, for example, is 400 times smaller than the sun, but it also just so happens to be 400 times closer, which is why we get total solar eclipses. Oh, and by the way, these slides are from Randall Carlson, which is how I learned of this information, and I highly recommend that you check out his YouTube channel and his website, and his works on cosmic patterns and cycles of catastrophe, which will blow your mind. And I'll include links in the description of this video, but definitely subscribe to this guy and support him. Definitely go check out his channel. But this leads me into the number 108, and if you divide the average distance of the sun or moon and divide them by their own diameter, you get the same exact number, 108. And we can all thank this perfect ratio for the abundance of life here on Earth. This perfect relationship between the Earth, Moon, and Sun has fostered the ocean tides to allow life to thrive here on this planet. Now, let's look at the many other examples of the number 108. And just like we looked at the radius of the sun, if you look at the radius of the moon, we also see the numerological number 108 being the 1,080 miles making up the moon's radius. But this is where we see it used abundantly, the number 108, in ancient cultures, civilizations, and religions from across multiple continents from around the world. 108 is significant in the Hindu religion with 108 tantras, and 108 is also the total number of Upanishads. And 108 just so happens to be the amount of beads that are in the mala in Hinduism, yoga, and Tibetan Buddhism, which, by the way, yoga dates back 6,000 years and possibly as long ago as 10,000 years, and that's just what we are aware of. And there's also this example of the 108 towers in Baekeng, Cambodia, which, why did they choose this specific number? Even Homer of the ancient Greeks, who famously authored the Iliad, used the number 108 in his book The Odyssey with 108 suitors. We also see the number 108 in ancient China with the 108 stars of destiny from the famous water margin. So why did so many ancient cultures use the number 108? It's so specific. It's not like it's a round number like 100, which we could all wrap our minds around. They worship this number, and it just so happens to be the number that represents the ratio involving the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun that has allowed life to thrive here on planet Earth. Don't you find that interesting? Because it is unexplainable why this 108 number is so significant and used so often. And just like the analogy I used in my last video, the telephone game, when information is passed down over time and through translation, information gets lost. But at the foundation of any myth or legend, there is some truth to it. And this number, 108 or 432, is something that I believe was retained but somehow known by the ancients. Another example of this, and I don't think it's an accident or a coincidence at all, but the shape of the building that arguably controls so much of the world today is a pentagon. And what are the inside angles of a pentagon? Well, you guessed it, 108. And they say that they chose the pentagon shape because of how it fits between the roads around it, but yeah, okay, I don't buy it. No other building on Earth is of this shape, and they could have shaped it a million different ways to fit in between these roads. I do believe, or I should say that I know, that there is without a doubt powers that be that exist, a network of people that essentially, control the world. Basically a group of leaders that make up various people within governments, intelligence agencies, the news media, the entertainment industry, the scientific community, etc. And some people call them the Illuminati, but call them whatever you want. Without a doubt, there is a network of people that essentially control different sectors of around the world, and these people, I believe, have more information about certain things than the general public. And one example of this is ancient history. Let's use the TV show Lost as an example. You either loved it or hated it. I loved it. You can laugh if you want, but all that aside, this show is absolutely loaded with occult symbolism, and I loved how the show symbolized the nature of reality and our existence, life and death, and how we are a product of our experiences and many other things, including some things about the ancients. And one thing that stands out is the unexplained reason why the show creators chose to use the number 108 throughout the series, and I mean dozens of times, often very discreetly and unnoticeable to most of the audience. For example, there are 108 minutes to reset the hatch clock to save the world from the electromagnetic disaster, and the passcode itself to reset that clock, which, by the way, is also the same exact numbers that Hurley used to win the lottery in the show, and all those numbers just so happen to add up to 108. Obviously, not a coincidence, because once you hear just how many other examples this 108 is used in the show. The number 108 showed up on various clocks throughout the show. Even when Jack went to the lighthouse, he had to position the wheel to 108 degrees. Another example is when Doggin was often seen holding a baseball, which involved a scene discussing it, and baseballs just so happen to have 108 stitches. And I would say that this is just a coincidence if it wasn't for the fact that this same guy's hourglass was timed to 108 minutes. Even when Jack was doing surgery on Ben, the ECG briefly showed 108 heartbeats. None of this is an accident. When creating a TV show or a movie, everything is directed and orchestrated. Every frame has intention. And I'm telling you, dozens of examples in this show, most of which were quick and unnoticeable. But other examples include the 108 wine cases at the monastery Desmond was at. Another significant example is that it was 108 days between the crash of the plane, Flight 815, to the rescue of the Oceanic 6. And the date that they were rescued was January 8th, which is 1-08, 108. And there are other examples of this too. These are just a few that I'm sharing, but who was this show created by? Well, J.J. Abrams, who I'm a fan of. He's a great filmmaker. And it turns out he also produced a television show called Fringe, which I've never seen. I'm not familiar with it. But while researching this topic, it turns out that a character named Morgan on the show was passenger number 108 on a flight during some episode. And I've been unable to find an explanation as to why J.J. Abrams likes to quietly throw in this number into so many of his works. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he sits at the cool kids table among various insiders. Who knows? I mean, I think we'll all agree that we live in an age where there's a war on information. And there is without a doubt, and if you've seen my other videos, there is without a doubt significant evidence that proves that the true history of ancient human civilization was far older and far more advanced than we were ever taught in school or they're teaching in school today. And there is, without a doubt, people within the mainstream academic and scientific community trying to suppress this information. And a prime example of this involves a legitimate cover-up involving the Great Sphinx of Giza, Egypt, and tunnels and chambers that exist inside and underneath it. And you have to ask yourself why the authorities have released literally zero photos or videos of any kind of what's inside these tunnels, where they go, and the chambers that they lead to. And I highly recommend that you watch my video on this, because you'll see that the suppression of information is real. And if that's not enough for you, look at how the same network of insiders are attempting to prevent the exploration of the newly discovered pyramid void, a massive chamber found or discovered hidden inside the Great Pyramid.
He about to come out of retirement again. Yeah, that first fight they did, he was just rope-a-dope the whole time. A lot of people say Pacquiao win that shit. Hey, what do I know? I don't watch sports. Man say he 50-0. Hmm. 50-0.
Of Giza. Like, what does that tell you? So if you're new to this channel or the topic of ancient human civilization, take it upon yourself to research it further, because you will have your mind blown at all the information and data that exists that you were never shown about in school and are somehow left out of mainstream documentaries. But the word is getting out, and people are becoming aware of this information, and it's not an accident that the topic of lost ancient human civilization has skyrocketed in just the last few years. The mainstream establishment narrative is crumbling, and the question becomes, what is it that they don't want the general public to know about ancient human civilization? Why are the most amazing details excluded from academic teachings altogether? Definitely leave a comment to share your thoughts on this topic, but I'm going to close it up there. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to this channel, but I have many more videos to come on a whole wide variety of topics. I'm Jimmy, this is Bright Insight. Take care, everybody.
be somebody when I grow up. I always want to be a huge star. Not physically, but I want to be big. I want to be like the next Halle Berry / Jim Carrey with that Oprah Winfrey money. You know, mother rich. People ask me though, Tiffany, why do you do comedy? Why do you do comedy? Why? Why don't you model? Get a rich baby daddy or something? I'm like, if this comedy don't work out, that's what the I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get pregnant, collect child support like the rest of these bitches out here. There's nothing wrong with it, right? You do it. It's nothing wrong with it. And I'm gonna have a couple of different baby daddies. I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 different ones. That's 4 or 5 different checks coming in. That's good money. There's good money coming in. I'm going to have one all different. I'm going to have each one a different race. I'm definitely going to have me a white one because I know my check's going to come on time. I'm probably get 2 of those. 2 white baby daddies, and then I'm going to give me a Hispanic baby daddy because he can build a house for me and the rest of these motherfuckers. We're going to start out in the studio apartment. He's going to add 25 bedrooms. It's going to be me, our kids, and all his ancestors. So we're going to have it popping.
Well, who's the biggest celebrity that you would like to meet?
That I would like to meet?
Yeah.
That's alive?
You don't want to meet somebody dead, because that's...
Shit,
So, yeah, somebody alive right now.
Somebody alive that I can meet right now? And meet, like, what do you mean by meet? Like, just
all right,
meet, like,
sleep with.
Or meet, like, oh, you gonna help my career, motherfucker? Let me suck your yes, Uma Thurman, I will suck your Uma. They ship me to the school in the Valley, right? And I'll make me some friends, Amber and Samantha. We're totally hanging out, right? And we're in gym class, and I'm like totally like showering, and they're like, oh my God, Tiffany, your bush. It's like ridiculous. It's like a jungle monkey down there. Oh my God. Nobody's gonna ever eat your burger. I'm like, bitch, please, I got braids and stuff. I'll put some barrettes on me. What you talking about? This is cute. This is cute. She's like, oh my God, no, you have to get that wax. I'm like, wax? What's that? She's like, oh my God, it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be, you're gonna love the way your monkey looks after that. I swear to God. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they take me to the spa and stuff, and you know, the little Asian lady come up and she put the wax on. It's all warm. I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's kind of cool. She put the paper on and she pressed down kind of hard. I'm like, damn, bitch, you want my number or something? Damn. Then she pulled that paper back. I was like, oh, you ping pong bitch. I'll stop that bitch in her scalp. You like, put my pussy lips there, my lips. My ovaries is gone, bitch. My shit. My shit. Put my pussy in. My pussy is gone. Is you there, girl? Where's my pussy? It's gone. I'll pick the paper up and try to put that shit back one by one. I walked out of that motherfucker with a fade. I just had one bald lip, just one bald coochie lip. Like, I hope he liked designs.
I know you very well, and I just met you. I know that you are very shy.
I am.
And this is just a side of you that's like an act.
Yeah, whenever I get a microphone in my hand, anything in my hand,
Anything.
I get ambitious.
You are in this business for the right reasons. You know exactly what.
I'm in it to make an empire.
You're in it to win it.
To empire.
Oprah-pyre.
Oprah. Pyre.
How did Oprah become so successful? Is she a role model for you?
She is.
Because you are following in her footsteps.
I am, man.
Because you are what?
I'm talking to the people.
Look at how you connect with all these white folks.
That's from living with all them white people when I was in foster care. They taught me that. Shit, I can't read. I only know how to talk and suck dick, and you know, you can only do that for so long. Your jaws get tired and stuff.
So be insured with other people that are good drivers so you don't have to make up for the bad ones. And guess what? Root Car Insurance saves people on average $784 a year. Download their app and then it tracks your...
Talking and shit.
Yeah,
she got that shit right there. You be sucking dick in Compton, huh? It's important to suck dick, though. Ain't that right, men? Isn't that important for you guys? Is that important? Yeah. I learned how to do that shit off of gay porn. That's how I learned. They be choking on it and stuff. Y'all like it when it choke. You gotta choke a little bit on the dick, huh? That's a... You gonna kill me with all this dick. Even with an Asian man, it's a little harder. You just... Balls. Asian dudes, I love Asian dudes because y'all got magical powers and shit. Some men, I don't know, this is God gave y'all magic. He said, well, I can't give you no, but I can give you some magic. Y'all got superpowers, man. This is, ooh, right here, this back row right here. Yeah. Wait, are y'all Korean or what with y'all? Vietnamese? Chinese? Oh, y'all got super magic. Y'all got the feng shui. You ever had your feng shui before, girl? Oh my God. They got super, oh my goodness. You don't even have to take your clothes off or nothing. They just lay down. And you lay down on your back and they put their hands right here over your belly button. They be like, oh shit, go into your door. You're just like that. And you be like, oh shit. Oh, Mr. Kim. Let me go make you some chop suey or something in this motherfucker. Make him some orange chicken.
I never heard this many. I never heard this many of her jokes, yo. I didn't know she only does like dick and pussy jokes. I can see that now. I heard her on Breakfast Club one time, and she did the "your pussy fell out" joke, and I thought that was funny because it's kind of scientifically true. And that's the only jokes I really heard from her. But it's like a dick joke, and then another dick joke, and then an Asian dick joke, and then the pussy joke. And I guess it's funny coming from a girl, or that's kind of where she's going. She's like the black Lisa Lampanelli. Lisa say, I don't fuck nothing but black dudes. I should have got a stencil for this stuff. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm still cute. I know some of y'all looking at me like, why she got that little sparkly ass bag? What's up with the little bag? Why she carrying that little ass purse with her? I carry my little pocketbooks with me everywhere I go because white people, I mean Republicans, just people in general, they steal. They be stealing. That's how we got here, right? Black people, the two of us that's in here. That's how we got here, right? Because white people, they stole us. They kidnapped us. We could be in Africa right now with our titties out like, come on, tiger, fucking walking tigers and shit. But I'm here in America, and I'm glad. I'm happy I'm here. I appreciate all the white people and Spanish people that stole us from Africa. Thank you. Yes, bitch, you not free. You stole me too, bitch. Why is black people named Pablo? So I kidnapped us too. Don't get it twisted. One time I said that at a show and a girl gonna yell out, some of us was traded for beads and mirrors. All of us wasn't kidnapped. I was like, bitch, you was traded for beads and mirrors, okay? Because your ass is ugly as hell. My people was kidnapped. We are fucking beautiful, bitch. They snuck up in the hut and took us. They went up to your motherfucking chief and was like, can we have some of your people? He was like, yes, take all the ugly bitches, give us mirror, we reflect on these ugly hoes. And that is what happened. Like, ladies, you ever wear some jeans so tight when you take them off, it still look like you got jeans on? And your dude be like, take off your pants. You like, I did take off my pants. He like, well, what's up with the pockets in the back? Motherfucker, that is ass, stupid. It's supposed to have ripples and dents in it and stuff. That's what makes the sound effects, dummy. And men love them sound effects, don't they? They love that. I can't really do it with my mouth, but my ass does it great. You know what I'm saying? That pock, pock, pock. They love that. Ladies, remember the first time you was doing it doggy style? And you was...
I don't know if I want to hear any more of her jokes. I stopped laughing a while ago.
Representation matters, y'all. You know, I mean, I'm living that hashtag hash brown life. And I'm at a party recently. You guys like to party? Okay, well, that was a little awkward. I am super fun at parties. And I'm at a party, I'm getting my twerk on. Blonde girl number 8 comes up to me. And she's like, Sonal, I've been meaning to ask you. Like you're lying awake at night thinking about me? Because I'm kind of into that. She's like, so are you like first generation, second generation? And my boy Rich cuts in and he's like, she's got an iPhone 7. That's a fucking ally. Those of you not laughing, you are part of the problem. Welcome. It's okay. We're in Chicago. What the fuck? I'm at a party in Chicago. There's no safe space. There is no safe space. I thought that ended when I went to college in Indiana. Because I'm a real tough-ass bitch. I knew it was time to get the fuck out of Indiana when my best friend, roommate, best friend for 3 years, roommate for 1 year, he's like, so, what kind of Indian are you? And I'm like, do you mean like northern or southern Indian? Adam Engel, last name spelled E-N-G-L-E, you can look him up. And he goes, I don't know, is that a thing? Oh my God. Yes. That is a thing, Adam. Yes, it's a thing. I'm Northern Indian. And he's like, oh, okay, tight. So, are you like Cherokee? We've taken mushrooms together, dude. We've traveled the fucking cosmos. You've met my parents! Did you think that was a Cherokee accent? What the fuck? So I got the fuck out of Indiana. But real talk, the real bullies, the OG bullies, are my parents. Right, y'all related to some hateful ass bitches that you have to love because it's unconditional. I mean, goddamn, I love these guys. I went to see them recently, the old roommates. Right, Mom and Dad. Oh my God.
Why can't you get me to laugh? Bitch, this shit is dry.
What are fathers in here? We got any fathers in the house? What are fathers at? Just the Mexicans and shit? All right, cool and shit. All right. Yeah, you know, I got 2 teenage kids, man. Started young. You know, I got an 18-year-old just graduated high school, and I got a 16-year-old. She's a sophomore in high school. I know. Look, I'm Mexican. I was 12 when this shit went down, man. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. My fault was my dad's fault, all right? It was my 12th birthday. He came home drunk from the bar with a girl. So I'm like, here you go, mijo. Happy birthday. I found her at the cantina. You got 30 minutes. I already paid, bro. And I was like, what? Best birthday gift ever, but I got a baby now and shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, Pop? You know? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. People get weirded out by that. Like white ladies, like, oh my god, are you fucking serious and shit? Like, people get like, that was a joke, all right? I was 17 when my dad did that shit. I was 17. 17 years old, 1997. My pops was crazy, man. That's how I raised my kids. The opposite of how my dad raised me and my brother. My pops was crazy, man, for real. Like, I remember we were little kids and shit, 10 years old. Yeah, I don't know, a lot of Mexican dads do this. I don't know if any other fathers did this shit, but 10 years old, he smoked Winston's. And I'm in the fucking living room, and he's just sitting on the couch. He doesn't want to get up, so he pull out a cigarette and be like, Mijo, go to the stove and light that shit for me. And yeah, me and my brother at the stove fighting for cigarettes and shit. Like, I got this, motherfucker, I got this. By the time I give it to him, it's like this big and shit. Like, 10 years, 2 weeks later, I'm feeding for squares and shit. I'm like, I wish I had a square right now and shit. For real, like, look, my father partied real hard in front of us. He did some, like, the thing was that all my friends thought he was the coolest motherfucker on the block. Because I grew up on the south side, in a Mexican neighborhood, but bordered with a black neighborhood. It was like Inglewood and back of the yards, right? So I had a lot of black friends, a lot of Mexican friends, and they all loved my dad. Like, man, your father knows how to party, Joey, right? So we were like 13, 14, still in his beers and shit. He'd have a big party in the yard. He'd go into the garage to smoke weed with his friends, and all my friends thought that shit was cool. They'd be like, man, your dad's the coolest dude on the block. He's in there smoking weed and shit, right? And I'm like, yeah, not like your punk ass dad. Always calling the cops on us and shit. And you lucky you got invited to the party and shit. But then later that night, my father would go into the bathroom with 3 of his friends, and that shit would freak us out. Because they'd be in there for like 30, 40 minutes, right? And all my friends would be like, hey man, your dad's been in the bathroom with 3 dudes, bro. What the fuck is going on, right? And I'm freaking out a little bit. I'm 12, 13. I'm like, man, I didn't know my pops was gay. What the fuck they doing in there, man? That's my pie and shit, right? And I'm tripping. I'm like, what are they doing? Sucking each other's dicks in there, man? I'm crying and shit. And then they all come out like this. I'm like, damn, they were sniffing each other's asses. Fuck. They got baby powder all over their faces, man. When I grew up, I was like, oh, that's what they were doing in the bathroom. Just a crazy dude like that, man, for real. He was crazy, man. Like, he used to buy us crazy gifts and shit. Like, you guys remember the Maxwell Street flea market, the one outside in the old Maxwell Street, by UIC, whatever? He used to take us over there and just buy us inappropriate shit. Seriously, man. 13, 14 years old, we go over there, and I'm in 7th, 8th grade or something like that, and I'm like, oh, Pops, buy me this cool little bag or something cool, or buy me this little rap tape or some shit. He's like, no, I already bought you something, Nico. Bought you a pen. What the fuck do I need a pen for, right? And he's like, it's not just a pen, it's also a knife. Take it to school and shit, show it off. Like, what the fuck? Taking knives to school? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? You guys even remember remember the pens where it had like a chick with a bikini and then you flip it in the liquid and would rub the bikini off and shit? He bought us like, here guys, I got you guys pens for school. Like, I can't take this shit to school, Pops. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? And I remember when I got to high school, freshman year, it's like, I bought you a keychain. Nico, it was a keychain. I don't know if you guys remember this keychain. A lot of people used to have this back in the 90s. Like, it was a keychain, it was a bright keychain with a naked guy and a naked girl, and you go like that.
Yeah.
And the guy would fucking
remember that shit. I know he was gonna say that shit.
You guys remember this shit? It was brass, like the guy had a big old dick, and then you go like that to the keychain. He's like, he bought me that shit. Like, here you go, me. I got you a keychain. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like I remember when I was like in 2nd grade once, and my mom was in the hospital. She had surgery, so my father was in charge for like 2 weeks, in charge of waking us up, making our breakfast, making our lunches, and sending us to school. He fucked that all up, man. For real, I ain't gonna lie. I remember I fell asleep at 10 o'clock at night. I had to go to school today. I'm like in 2nd and 3rd grade. I remember this shit clearly though. I had to go to school, so I fell asleep. He woke me up like at midnight, like, hey, Nico, you wanna watch TV?
And I'm like, fuck it, fuck school. I watch TV and shit, right? So I'm up till like 4 in the morning with watching these old school shows like Barney Miller, fucking Fred Sanford and Son, shit like that, right? And I'm watching this and I'm starting to fall. It's 4:30, I'm falling asleep. And he'll wake me back up. Don't go to sleep, you gotta go to school in a couple hours. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Coffee. I'm like, I'm not supposed to be drinking coffee, man. And he pulls out a bag of Coke. No, I can't give you that. I can't give you that. For real, man. And he made my lunch too. I remember he's like, here's your lunchbox, go to school. I was like, oh, at least he made me my lunch and shit, right? Man, he fucked that up because I got to school, right? It's lunchtime. I open up my lunchbox, take out my sandwich, my apple, and a Budweiser. He put a fucking Budweiser in my lunchbox. And I got them crazy friends, like when I pulled it out, they were like, bust it open, bro. Taking sips in the lunchroom and shit. I get caught with it, I get suspended, I go home like, "Pa, I just got suspended. You put a Budweiser in my fucking lunch." He's like, "I'm sorry, Nico. I was hungover and I drank all the juices the other day, okay? I'm sorry." Your mom's in the hospital. Tell her we need Capri Suns when she gets out, right? Like, you're an asshole, Pops, for real, man. It's crazy though, man. It's crazy having these kids, man. Like, these kids are nuts, man. But I mean, they fucking hate Donald Trump and shit. I'm the only guy in the house. They hate me a lot sometimes and shit. Like, most of the time, they get mad. Like, if I accidentally leave my fucking underwear on the floor, in the bathroom floor after taking a shower, there's a protest in front of the fucking bathroom and shit. Pick up your underwear, you nasty fucking man. What the fuck? They kick your asses out the house, man. For real, but you know, smart girls, real smart and shit, you know, real. My youngest daughter, she's real good at math, and I used to hate trying to help her with her homework. Because I didn't really like math too much, you know, and she was real good at it. I remember when she was little, she came to me once, she's like, "Papi, I gotta convert these fractions to decimals. Can you help me?" And the only thing I could think of was like, shit, let me go get my scientific calculator. Because I remember I bought one of them shits, and I was like, man, I paid $200 for this thing, I only used it once? I'm like, they better bury me with this motherfucker, right? So I saved it, right? So I went to the drawer, I'm like, let me go get my scientific calculator. So I went to this little drawer where I keep all my shit from high school, and I couldn't find it, man, but I did find that little scale that I used to use when I sold weed in high school. I found that shit. And I thought about it for a second, I'm like, no, I can't do that. You know, I can't be 3.5 times 8 and shit, you know what I mean? Like, and then when she takes it to school, like, look, I got my dad's calculator. Like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? And this teacher's gonna take it from her, and then she's gonna notice that it's broken, and I've been shorting her $1,000 for the last 2 or 3 months. Fuck that, you know? Teachers gotta smoke weed, man. It's stressed out and shit.
Root cares about that oh-so-weird concept in the insurance industry, fairness. Instead of basing your rate solely on these, it charges you primarily based on one thing, how you drive. Crazy, right? You just download an app.
Then she goes, actually, I'm Chinese, Vietnamese, and Filipino. And I was like, whoa, you got 3 parents? Hell yeah. Right? Just a silly joke, right? Well, she didn't get it, you know? She was like, what? No, I have 2, dumbass. Like, she was that hot, you know what I mean? She was like, I don't get jokes hot. I like it when girls are dumb. Not too dumb. I don't want, like, completely just, you know, not, you know, just walking out in the middle of traffic and be like, you know, not like irresponsible dumb, but if you don't know a lot of shit, I don't care, right? Sometimes girls get mad when guys say that. It's like, oh, you like dumb girl? What, are you intimidated by a smart girl? It's like, no, I don't really need a smart chick because here's the thing. Logically, it's not going to get me laid. Girls like smarter dudes, therefore, you need to be dumber than me if I want to fuck, right? If you're smarter than me, you're not going to want to fuck me, so you need to be dumb, all right? That's just kind of the way it works, right?
I don't like dressing up that much on stage, mostly because I hate going to the dry cleaners, man. I always feel like I'm getting scammed in there.
You ever feel like that? Like, think about this. Every time you go into a dry cleaners, what's it look like? There's thousands of clothes up there, yet there's never a line of people, right? Like, how the hell is that mathematically possible? Shouldn't there be a line out the door like Chipotle, considering the volume of shit in there? Where are all the people, man? Does anyone know what they're doing back there? Nobody knows. Isn't that strange? You take your nice clothes all the way over there and just go, I trust you, right? You don't know. They know you don't know. I think they're just like gambling and cutting up ducks and all sorts of illegal Asian shit back there. And they need the time to try on your shit. You think they're not doing that? They got everybody's nicest clothes. They're like, ooh, I'm gonna wear this to Vegas. I'm gonna wear this to Vegas. You're like, can I have this for the weekend? They're like, sorry, I need it for the weekend, okay?
I don't like making a lot of Asian jokes, man. We get made fun of all the time, right? Like, we're the only minority. We get made fun of while we're still in the room, right? And no one hesitates. No one even look. People just go right into it. Asian guy smell like fish, man. I was at the store. This guy walks in. No offense, man. Anyway, the Asian guy. It's like, what the hell? No one does that with black people, right? No one makes a black joke. Shh. Hey, man, there's a black guy right there. He's gonna beat her ass and start a march or some shit. Shut the fuck up. Asian jokes, no one cares, man. I go to comedy shows every night. I'm standing in the back waiting to go on. A comedian makes an Asian joke. What does the whole crowd do? Turn and laugh right in my face. He's talking about you, but you do got a small dick. I don't like that. You guys hear that story about Jeremy Lin and the chink in the armor fiasco on ESPN.com a few months ago, right? You guys remember that? For guys who don't know, Jeremy Lin plays basketball for the New York Knicks. He's an Asian American dude. Did you just boo the Knicks or him being an Asian American? Boo! I'm racist. On basketball. All right. That's cool. No, right, so he's a basketball player. Anyways, so there was a headline. They put a picture of him after the Knicks lost the game, and then they wrote the headline, chink in the armor, and blah, 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 right? A lot of Asians were pissed off because they're racist. Now, if you watch basketball a lot, they use that phrase pretty commonly. But it's a gray area whether they were intentionally trying to be racist or not. Because, first of all, let's be honest. ESPN is owned by Disney. It's a very PC organization. I don't think anyone there is that racist that they're like, I'm not going to get fired over this shit. Watch this. Like, you got to know you're going to get fired if you do that, right? But I understand. It made a lot of people mad. That's cool. Take it down. Okay. But a lot of my Asian friends are like, nah, man, you shouldn't be even allowed to say that phrase in public because it might make Asians feel uncomfortable because it's racist. I'm like, yeah, but the phrase isn't inherently racist. And they're like, you can't say it at all. And I'm like, okay, is that what you want to do? Okay, fine. Don't say chink in the armor in front of Asian people. Don't say spill the beans in front of Mexican people. Don't say that was a cheap shot in front of Jewish people. Don't say raise the roof in front of homeless people. Right? Don't say look a gift horse in the mouth in front of Sarah Jessica Parker. Don't say it's not over till the fat lady sings in front of Adele. Like, don't do these things. Oh, okay. I just want to look older, man. I'm wishing for follicles this year. Can you put Rogaine on your face? Is that, like, safe? I'm kind of a hypochondriac, so I wanted to, like, look it up, and there's no information on this. It says don't use on your face, but I thought that was just, like, because they think it won't work, but I don't know. Like, we should try. I feel like if you're inhaling it, that's probably bad. What if it didn't work here, but then my nose hair is fucking like... My dad, when he was my age, he had a fucking big-ass, like, pervy mustache. I want that shit, man. Because I feel like dudes, like, you want to look older. Everyone keeps telling me, oh, enjoy looking young, it's a good thing. It's annoying as shit. Like, there's no positive. Here's the thing, you don't want to look young, you just don't want to look like shit when you're old. That's really more the goal, right? Because if you're young, like, if you look younger than you are, it's disrespectful. Like, when I was 10 years old, people thought I was 5. Then I was 15, people thought I was 5. I can't take this, man. Like, what's the goal? Everyone's like, think what you look like when you're 40. Is there some prize at 40 I don't know about? Like, what, I'm going to be 65, look like I'm 45, and then I die, and everyone's like, I thought he was 45. Like, that's it. I get carded at Denny's for the senior discount? Like, where is the advantage? Because, like,
like for a dude, you want to look older because people like will trust you. Like think about it, like in media, it's like it's all about young girls, you know, like Miley Cyrus or whoever. You know, it's always like that's the girl in the news. But dudes, it's the opposite. It's like you want to be like Sean Connery or George Clooney and shit. That's like sexy wisdom and shit, right? No one cares about young guys. Everyone just shits on young guys. Like what if there was an emergency, right? It's like an earthquake or some shit, and I just come busting in the door like, oh shit, what can I do? You're just gonna be like, find an adult, call somebody, get some help. So I had a good day today. I remembered my password to my credit card website on the first try. All right. Don't you guys get excited when you nail it on the first try? You're like, yes! Because I feel like every day I wake up and I'm like, forget password, forget password, forget password. I hate that shit. Because then you have to answer the security questions. What third grader is writing these security questions? Aren't they a little easy? Like every time I'm on a date with a girl now and she's like, so what's the name of your first pet? I'm like, bitch, are you trying to reset my password? What's your mom's maiden name? Well, what the fuck do you want to know for? What's your mom's maiden name? What's the street you grew up on? No, you first. Right? It sucks because I hate meeting new people now. I feel like I can't tell them anything about myself, you know? Because the answers my security questions go out the, you know? They're like, hey, when's your birthday? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. Well, what city were you born in? Can't tell you that either. What was your first car? If you ask me one more question, I'm going to have to lock you out for 24 hours. It's policy. Like, why is the security question so easy? Shouldn't it be harder? Like the security question should be something only you know. Like, I think the security question should be, name the person you want to have sex with the most. Of the same gender as you, right? Hey, because that's a secret.
What?
Right? If you're straight, you gotta think about it for a little bit. Like, who should I put down on this?
Wait a minute.
There we go.
Hell no.
And then if someone hacks in your account, they probably won't even do anything because they'll just want to call you first, right? Like, hey man, I was gonna switch around your shit, but you want to have sex with a dude from Duck Dynasty? You got problems. I hate coming up with a new password too because the site always judges you on it. You're like, how about this? It's like, weak. How about this? Weak. Fuck you, computer. I just like hit a bunch of keys. It's like, strong, please re-enter. Like, I don't know what the fuck I am. Sometimes you do it on the phone too, man. I moved, so I had to call my cable company, and the lady's like, sir, you're gonna have to answer your security question. I was like, oh, I don't remember setting it up. What is it? She's like, what is your favorite restaurant? I was like, I don't know, Hooters? She's like, no. I was like, oh, P.F. Chang's? No. Outback? Then it just got like more and more embarrassing because I had to admit to go to these shitty ass places in like the last year. I was like, Sizzler? Jack in the Box? Some Asian place with a play on words like 90210 or something? I don't know. Is raining ramen? I don't know. She's like, sir, you can just tell me your social security number. I was like, what the fuck, you just asked me that before? I didn't want to tell you all that about me. Then at the end of the conversation, I was like, wait, hey, before you go, can you tell me what my favorite restaurant is? She's like, oh yeah, you said Mickey D's Nuts. And I was like, ah, shit. Should have known me better than that.
Mickey D's Nuts.
You have young kids at home, your whole goal from the moment they wake up, your whole goal is to make them tired. From the moment they wake up, you're like, run, run, run. Climb, climb, climb. Fly, you can fly, try flying, fly your way.
What? You try, fly your way. Damn.
And no matter what you do, when it comes time to sleep, kids don't want to sleep, right? Craziest thing, they hate sleeping. And there's something that's called sleep training, which is when they turn 6 months old, you're supposed to let them cry it out in the crib. And they cry, and they cry, and they cry, and they learn to sleep, and life goes on. It's a technique. It's very Western, very modern, very cold-blooded. It's true, there's a book. Some German lady wrote the book. It's the most cold. I was reading the book. The book. If the baby is crying, let the baby cry. Calm down, German lady. You start to walk in the chapter 2. Are you the baby? Calm down, German lady. Take it easy. Chapter 3. Don't be a pussy. All right, German lady. Chapter 4. Are you a Jew? What the hell, German lady? It's a Western, very modern. Now, I'm originally from Iran. My wife originally from India, so we come from immigrant backgrounds. Immigrants don't sleep train. I don't care if you're Iranian, Indian, Mexican, Guatemalan. Immigrants, we're on the bed together. I'm in the bed, my wife's in the bed, the baby's in the bed, my mother-in-law's in the bed. There's a rooster in the bed. My cousins are under the bed. Moz, has immigration left yet? Let me check, Hassan. Lay low. When you have young kids at home, your time is not your own, okay? When you have young kids at home, you have to take care of your to-do list while the kids are sleeping, all right? When you have young kids at home, you're like a Navy SEAL. You got to be ready to go anytime, any place. Yeah, when you have young kids at home, like you just got to be ready. Like the other day, the kids were sleeping. I went to my wife. I go, hey, let's have some sex. She goes, I'm not in the mood. I go, I'm not in the mood either. But the enemy's sleeping. Let's go. Move it, move it, move it. Disrobe, dismount. I got to kill Bin Laden. Let's do this. That's what we call sex in my house, killing Bin Laden. That's right, folks. Sometimes we go weeks without killing Bin Laden, if you know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I gotta make Bin Laden commit suicide, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you for getting that, my brother.
I travel a lot. I do stand up. I travel around the world, and I've been to like the Middle East, and I've been a lot of places. And the worst part of it all is when it comes time to tip, because then there's rules on tipping. Some places you're not supposed to tip because it's an insult. Like, sir, please, you insult me and my family. You know. There are places. Sir, I will kill you now. What? Just take the dollar or the dinar or whatever the it is. And I did. And in certain places you don't know how much you're supposed to. I was in Dubai and there was a guy cleaning. This Indian guy would clean our room, and I tipped him the equivalent of like $5. And I don't know. I think I paid his mortgage. I don't know what. This guy, I'm serious, he was so happy. I mean, he wouldn't leave me alone. He started following me around the hotel. So every time I'd leave my room, he would like, sir, would you like me to clean the room again? I was like, it's like, you've already cleaned the room, Sanjeev. He's like, sir, please, let me do it again. I will do it again. I'd go out, I'd come back, it's like, even cleaner. I'm like, how'd you do it? I don't know, sir, I love you. I love you, sir. Please give me another $5.
Remember the Pakistani dude who tried to blow up the car bomb in Times Square? Of course you do, Pocket. Yeah. She's like, no, forgot it. I don't know it. I thought he was Persian. Wasn't he Persian? First of all, I happened to be in Times Square that night doing a show. I was a few blocks away. And remember a few months before that, there was a white guy who flew his plane into the building in Austin, Texas, IRS building, Austin, Texas. I happened to be in Austin, Texas that day doing a show. I swear to God. Now, as a Middle Eastern male, when you start showing up around a lot of these activities, you start feeling guilty at one point. I was watching the news, I'm like, am I involved in this shit? I didn't get the memo. My friend was like, maybe you're the decoy, man. Maybe Al-Qaeda's like, where is he performing next? We blow it up. We go blow it up. I'm a big fan. I want to blow up everything he does. But see, the difference was, the problem was that Pakistani dude messed it up for all Middle Easterners, Muslims, Pakistanis, messed it up for all, because what the problem is, anytime a Middle Eastern or a Muslim does something, organizations come and they attach themselves to that person. When the white guy flew his plane into the IRS building in Austin, no white organization attached themselves to that guy. Every white organization, well, hey, crazy white guy, he's just a crazy white guy, we don't know. Even the Tea Party, we have no idea who he is, we don't know. Probably drinks coffee, that bastard, we don't know that guy. Coffee drinker. When the Pakistani dude tried to blow up the car bomb in Times Square, the Pakistani Taliban took credit for that failed car bombing. Now my question is, why would you take credit for a failed car bombing? Right? Why would you call a press conference, we just want to say, we tried. And furthermore, it is the thought that counts. And in conclusion, win some, lose some. Does anybody here watch a little bit of Fox News? Oh my God, you watch? Oh my God, do you get scared when you watch it?
Yeah. It's based on fear. It's all based, like, I watch it from time to time to see what the other side is thinking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I want to like, and then once you watch it a little bit, you start like doubting the people around you. I'm like, maybe my cousin Mahmoud is up to some shit. They might be right about that. I think Julio's trying to take my job too. Gotta get rid of these Mexicans and Muslims. What the hell? You start watching enough Fox News, you think the world is out to get you. You think the Mexicans are here to take our jobs and the Muslims are gonna kill us. I'm gonna get eaten by a shark. I might get eaten by a Mexican Muslim shark. Who's got the Zika virus. His name is Barack or Hussein or Obama or some shit like that. Even the Trump supporters, it's all fear. Trump is the craziest shit. Nobody thought, when Trump first started running, everybody thought it was a joke. Everybody was like, now it was like, even the Trump supporters, it's all fear. Trump is the craziest shit. Nobody thought, when Trump first started running, everybody thought it was a joke. Everybody was like, now it was like, the number one saying I heard Trump supporters say, I love him because he says what's on his mind. He just says what's on his mind. He just says what's on his mind. You go, what are your thoughts on his policies? I don't know if he's got any policies. He just says what's on his mind. This saying became so prominent, my own mother, Iranian lady, I went to visit, she fell for it. I went to visit her, she goes, Maz, I like this guy because he say what's on his mind. I go, Mom, are you crazy? He's anti-immigrant, okay? I go, if he became president, your relatives couldn't come to visit you. She goes, I don't like them anyway. A lot of immigrants like Trump. It's crazy. I'm serious. A lot of immigrants get into this country and then they don't want any more of them coming in. It's true. I was in an Uber with an older Armenian guy. This guy barely spoke any English, but he loved Trump. He was trying to tell me what a great politician Trump is, but he kept saying what a great politic he is. The whole ride, Donald Trump, very good politic, number one politic, very good, number one, very good politic, number one, very good, number one, very good politic, very good, number one, very good, number one politic, very good, number one. Finally, I go, dude, he's anti-immigrant. You're an immigrant. He goes, yes, but I'm here.
Now with Zoom, you don't have to compromise.
Get the perfect combo of fast bank deposits and amazingly.
I take the orders in my bakery, and so I always have a long line, and recently this really old lady got on my line, like very, very old, like she wasn't the first woman ever, but like maybe she knew her, you know, like really old, and so she gets in my line, and she's like, excuse me, can I have a sex? And I was like, what? She's like, can I have a sex? I was like, what? You know, so I started like leaning in. I'm getting closer and closer, and so she starts leaning, she's getting closer and closer, and I'm like, what? She coughed in my mouth.
Yeah, what?
But like, and it's, yeah, gross, but also suspiciously accurate shot. For someone that old, pretty good shot. A little suspicious. And then she's like, yeah, can I have it? I'm like, oh, we're not going back to your order. This is a different relationship now, all right? We're not the same people we were 10 seconds ago, okay? You don't get to cough some 3,000-year-old Egyptian curse into my mouth. And then start talking to me about birthday cake, all right? That's not how this is gonna work, all right? It's all scarab come out of there, you kidding me? What's your game, lady? You're gonna start getting all young again all of a sudden, and I start getting real old? Yeah, real old. I gotta find a young person and cough into their mouth. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. This dies with me. This dies with me.
Alright. I'm almost at 3 hours, guys. I'm gonna shut it down. I got some shit I need to do online, actually. I'm looking to buy a house. So I gotta talk to some realtors and shit today. I need to start leaving these motherfuckers messages and emails like now. It's Monday. And there's some other shit I gotta fill out online. And I gotta check back and see if my FBI fingerprints came back to me yet. So I can get this job working with the kids. So the FBI can make sure I'm not some kind of fucking pedophile or something like that. Yeah, I'm just adding the detail into the book now. I got all the other words already written up there. Just got to paint over them. So those are going to be white letters. Yeah, so this is going to be tight. Yeah. Yeah, black on black violence. Except the on is in white letters. And the subtitle and the author's name is in white letters. That's why I just did the black first, because there wasn't a lot of black letters to write on it. So when I come back, I'll just start getting in the white paint and just fill in those letters real quick. Shouldn't take about an hour or so. Straighten out some of the lines. Straighten out the black line here and the black line at the top. And you can't really see the covers of the other two books, but there is like some detailing. This book has some lines on there on the cover of it, and you can see a little bit of the author's name there, so I'll add some of that in there. But for the most part, things getting really close. I feel like I'm more than halfway done with it. Oh shit. Boy, I did them shoulders today. And my shit is kind of stiff. Alright. Let me get up out of here, guys. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace. Oh, I might stream that game too, yo. Warface. It's a free game on PlayStation Store. Check it out. Warface is for free. Peace.